This is why you guys are broke. This is why you're broke. This is why you can't save nothing. This is why you're not progressing. You're not seeing significant growth in your bank account or anything. Foundation is just broken. You know, I'm making this video to show you the truth. Like, these are the things you guys should stop doing, and you're going to be surprised. It's not going to be, oh, you wake up every morning, you buy Starbucks and all these kind of things. No. I'm going to be telling you the key foundations of why you're broke. Let's start off this video. Honestly, the reason you're broke is because you have no ambition. You have no ambition. You have no significant goal you're chasing. You're kind of just living your life. You have no idea of where you're going to be, what you're going to be doing. You have no plan. A lot of people, everybody who has became successful and they've seen growth in their life have all had a plan. They've all had a reason they're doing something. They've all had a reason they're doing something. Keep this in mind. Everybody who has started a business, created a foundation, and formed something good for themselves have all had a plan. They've all written each and every single thing they're going to do. If you see right here, I write every single thing I'm going to do. Let me see if I can find notes for today. I was writing about like business plans I could do. I write about how I feel, rules to follow by: eat, go to the gym, take at least an hour from your day to learn. See, I have a plan. I write down each and every single time. I write it down and I follow through with it. Read every single day, 30 minutes to an hour. Don't stress about things in your life you can't control. These are all things I write about. So when I look back, I follow these steps every single day. The reason you're broke is because you don't have that plan. You don't have that foundation you're building. Your base is weak. Your base is like all over the place. I have a square base foundation that I follow every single day. It's very useful because it keeps me on track. Even when I don't feel motivated, I'm kind of iffy, kind of feeling like I just want to relax today. I don't want to do anything. That plan I write down every single time is pushing me. I hold myself accountable every single day. Hey, I gotta make more money. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta start this channel. I gotta post every single day. That's why I've been consistent for the last 33 days. And this is gonna be the 34th day. That's why I've been consistent, because I actually write this shit down. I actually hold myself accountable when I don't fulfill the task I was supposed to do. I'm obligated for. So hold yourself accountable. Put your mind that you have to have ambition. You got to work towards it. I'm going to tell you this right now. There's going to be days you're not going to feel motivated, but that's where that discipline, that strive for wanting to become successful is coming in. That's where that strength comes in, because you don't feel the motivation. You're just merely doing this out of muscle memory and just like pure discipline. That's the kind of mindset you got to build if you want to be successful. Everybody who is successful has that mindset. Number two, you're not putting your money to use. A lot of the times people preach about, oh, don't spend money on Starbucks. Don't spend money on all these kind of things. Don't spend money on excessive fun stuff. You can spend money on all these kind of things, but you got to budget. You got to manage your money. You got to put each and every dollar to work. Every single time I get my money that comes in, I look at it. I say, okay, what can I use with this money? Yes, I pay all my bills. I pay out everything that needs to be paid out. But then I look to the left and I say, okay, these are all the investments I got to place. If this month I had to purchase a camera, I'd be purchasing a camera to create more content. You get where I'm coming from, I say I'll spend this amount of money, X this, X that, and I end up spending all of this, and I have this total I actually calculated left. That's the kind of mindset you gotta have. That's the kind of thing you gotta be pursuing towards, actually having control of where their money is going. A lot of people, they get their paycheck, toss it all on food, toss it all on alcohol, toss it all on partying. No, you got to make sure all your money is getting put to use the right way. So basically what I'm trying to say is know where your money is going, know where it's ending up, and know how much you're going to have left. Put your money in the right investments. A lot of you guys aren't doing that. You're not thinking about things you can be investing in. Investing doesn't always mean stocks, crypto, all these kind of things. Just saving your money to a specific amount. Maybe you can buy a property. I'm really looking towards buying properties, renting out, reselling, flipping, and all these kind of things. But the only way I could get to that level is if I manage my money, budget every single day, see where my money is going, put it to the right use. And here's the thing. People look at stocks and all these kind of things as a way to get money. No, that's not how you get money. You use that kind of market and margin to grow your money. This is after you've put in the work, you have cash flow and somewhere else. You use that money to grow, to invest, because stocks go up and down. So you got to really be mindful about that. That's not your source of income because it's not really the most reliable source, So back to where I was saying, really make sure you put your money into good use, where it's going and every single thing, and then you'll be on the right track. Number 3, you got to live at your level. There's a lot of people who want to look rich. They think it's more important to look rich than to actually be rich. For me right now, I live my life based on my level. I drive a very fuel economic car. I make sure I'm not spending too much money on wasteful things like clothes, things that don't appreciate. I don't look at my car as an asset. It's a depreciating thing. It's just depreciating. Every single day you drive it, kilometers rise. Things go wrong in your vehicle. A lot of people look at their cars as a asset, some big thing they can use. Like, bro, that's not an asset. It's not a property. It's completely different than a property. Properties actually appreciate over time, most of the time. So what I'm trying to say here is, like, you guys really need to understand that money will come in, but you got to make sure you're putting your money into the right places. A lot of people are saying they want to look rich. They'd rather drive an expensive vehicle that's not giving them anything, just so they can stop at the green light and look at the person on the left and smile. You're in that new 2015 Beamer. Look at it this way. This car came out, let's say, people who are financing like a $20,000 car. This car came out like how many years ago? It's 2015. This car came out like 5 years ago, 6-7 years ago, almost 6. I'll say 4 or 5 years ago, right? And you're paying $20,000 for this car. On top of that, there's interest on that vehicle, so you're paying an extra 5-6K, for example. Why are you paying an extra 5-6K for the car that's depreciating? It doesn't really make sense. By the time you actually pay off that vehicle, you've paid $20,000 for a vehicle that's not worth $20,000 anymore. You see how that doesn't make sense? This is why I'll tell you guys, and I'll continue to advise you guys, buy a car based on your level. Buy a car that's fuel economy, that's good for you. Buy a car that would actually last. I'm not saying go for the typical Honda Civic all the time. There's countless of cars all over the place that are cheap on gas, reliable, and actually very good for you. A lot of Japanese cars are very good. A lot of you guys want to drive the Germans, the Americans. You guys want the bull cars, all the heavy duty cars. It's like, bro, slow your ass down, bro. Live life according to your level. Why not buy a car that's accessible for you right now, that wouldn't stress your income too much? You could actually use your money. You have more flexibility with your income. You can actually put your money into good use, and then in the future buy yourself a nice car when you have the money and you actually have the money to maintain the car. A lot of us can afford good cars, but we don't have the money to maintain the vehicle, so it defeats the whole purpose. Slow your ass down, get a car that's good for you, and drive accordingly to your level. These are the main things that a lot of people are paying for. A lot of people have monthly incomes that they don't necessarily have to have. I know some people who still live with their parents. By the way, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with living with your parents, but what I'm trying to say, I know some people who still live with their parents give themselves extra bills, like having a monthly payment for a vehicle. It's like, why not buy a car cash, save as much money you can accumulate over the years you're living with them. Obviously, keep helping your family, but once you've accumulated more wealth at home, you move out and find your own place. Or some people are stuck paying like $900 a month for a car when they could use that for a property and actually have more leverage in their finance space. What I'm trying to say is that, look at this, that $800 you're spending a month on that vehicle. Imagine you put $800 into an investment every single month. Where would you be? Honestly, where would you freaking be, bro? You see where I'm trying to go? Like, live life according to your level. Stop trying to look rich and be rich. And stop trying to look rich and just be rich. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, a lot of you guys are trying to look rich that it's affecting you and you're actually poor. I'd rather look broke and actually have a lot of money than to be looking rich and not have anything. I can't help or do anything. I have no leverage in my bank account. That doesn't really make sense in my opinion. These are all the things, you got to take a look at. I'm going to really summarize this video. Stop trying to look rich. Like, doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand why people want to look rich. Live life accordingly to your level. Put your money to good use. Actually format your lifestyle. These are key indicators for people who are actually successful. They do all these things. They don't try and look rich. They put their money to use. They count every single dollar they're using. They live accordingly to their lifestyle. They have things they write down every single day. They have a plan. They have ambition. That's how you become successful. These are the reasons you're broke, because you don't do all these things. That's the simple truth. Hope y'all have a blessed day. Humble success, real talk shit. I'll catch y'all later at the next video. This video is really plain and simple, straight to the point. I hope y'all have a blessed day. That's it for the video. Gang.